The video you were never supposed to see. The footage that Diddy's legal team spent the last 48 hours trying to scrub from the dark corners of the internet has finally leaked. And it is more terrifying than anyone imagined. Imagine this: the Manhattan courthouse, a sea of cameras, and the most powerful lawyers in America, suddenly frozen in fear.
Why?
Because 50 Cent didn't just show up to watch, he showed up to destroy. I've got the footage that's going to put you in the cell right next to him. 50 Cent was heard screaming as he pinned Diddy's lead attorney against a black SUV. This isn't a rap beef anymore. This is a total collapse of the elite. In the next few minutes, we're going to show you the leaked clips that have sent the stock prices of major record labels into a freefall. We are revealing the black box, evidence 50 Cent pulled from his pocket that made Diddy's legal defense team literally flee the scene in a state of pure panic. But before we show you the moment that changed hip-hop history forever, you need to understand the dark, twisted road that led to this explosion. Stay tuned, because the twist at the end of this footage, it changes everything we thought we knew about the Diddy trial. To understand why 50 Cent is currently the most feared man in New York, we have to go back to the beginning of 2026. While the world was focused on the legal technicalities of Diddy's trials, 50 Cent was quietly building a digital war chest. For decades, these two titans have played a deadly game of cat and mouse. Diddy, the polished, ultra-wealthy mogul with friends in high places, and 50 Cent, the relentless street soldier who turned into a global media god. But the tension reached a catastrophic boiling point when 50 Cent began teasing his documentary projects. It wasn't just entertainment anymore, it was a psychological siege. Insiders say that for months, Diddy's legal team has been working overtime, not just to defend their client against federal charges, but to silence the man who has made exposing Diddy his life's mission. There have been whispers of hush money, offers reaching into the tens of millions, mysterious middle-of-the-night phone calls, and even reports of private investigators stalking 50's properties from Connecticut to Houston. But if there is one thing the world knows about Curtis Jackson, it's that he doesn't get intimidated. He gets even. And he does it in front of the whole world. The history between these two is littered with the debris of betrayal. From the early 2000s club scenes where they vied for dominance, to the boardroom battles over liquor brands and television deals, 50 Cent has always maintained that Diddy was the industry gatekeeper, the man who tried to keep him out of the elite circles. 50 has spent years documenting every slight, every sneak diss, and every questionable move Diddy made. Now, in 2026, the gates are not just open, they've been ripped off the hinges. 50 Cent has effectively rebranded himself as the janitor of hip-hop, the man who is finally here to clean up the decades of filth hidden behind the bad boy image. Diddy's legal team, led by some of the most aggressive and expensive sharks in the American justice system, made the fatal mistake of arrogance. They thought they had the upper hand because they had the motions filed, the witnesses seemingly handled, and the mainstream media narrative under their thumb. They treated 50 Cent like a nuisance, a mere social media troll who lived for Instagram likes. They forgot that 50 Cent survived 9 bullets and built a business empire out of pure spite. They thought the courthouse was their sanctuary, a place where professional rules and legal jargon would protect them. They were tragically wrong. The atmosphere in Manhattan has been electric for weeks. Rumors started circulating on encrypted messaging apps and private Discord servers that 50 Cent had acquired what he calls the Master Drive, a collection of digital files that didn't just implicate Diddy in past crimes, but pointed a finger directly at his legal representatives for alleged obstruction of justice and witness tampering. The industry was on edge. Everyone from major label CEOs to A-list actors knew something was coming, but no one expected a physical, high-stakes ambush in broad daylight. The reality is that this explosion was inevitable. You cannot keep this much tension, this much historical resentment, and this much damaging information in a bottle without it eventually shattering into 1,000 pieces. 50 Cent wasn't just looking for a legal victory, he was looking for a total scorched earth annihilation. He didn't want Diddy to just lose his case. He wanted the entire machinery that protects the industry's elite to be dismantled. As the sun rose over the courthouse on that fateful Tuesday, 50 Cent wasn't just walking into a trial. He was walking into a war zone with a tactical advantage that no one saw coming. But what was really on that silver tablet? What did 50 Cent show those lawyers that made their professional masks crumble in seconds? The background of this beef is deep, and the grudges are ancient, but the current reality is far more dangerous than anyone could have predicted. We're talking about high-level surveillance, leaked grand jury secrets, and a level of betrayal that makes a Hollywood script look like a bedtime story. Get ready, because the peaceful era of the legal proceedings is over. The era of the blue folder has begun, and the first victims are the very people Diddy hired to save him. Tuesday, 2:14 p.m. The air outside the Manhattan courthouse was thick with a suffocating humidity and the scent of expensive cologne mixed with pure desperation. Diddy's legal team, a squad of 4 men in $5,000 Italian suits, were walking toward their waiting black SUVs after a grueling morning session. They looked confident. They were smiling for the cameras. Inside the courtroom, they had just won a small motion to suppress certain hotel tapes, and they believed they were finally back in control of the narrative. They thought they were untouchable. Then, out of nowhere, the sound of screeching tires shattered the silence. A fleet of 3 matte black SUVs pulled a sharp U-turn, blocking the path of the legal team's vehicle. The doors swung open with a synchronized violence, and out stepped 50 Cent. He wasn't wearing his usual diamond chains. He was dressed in a sharp, dark suit, looking more like a federal agent than a rapper. But it was what he was carrying that stopped everyone in their tracks. A small, silver tablet, glowing with a bright, ominous light. The scene was pure, unadulterated chaos. 50 Cent didn't wait for his security to clear a path. He walked straight up to Diddy's lead counsel, a man known in the legal world as the Eraser because of his ability to make charges disappear. 50 was inches from his face, his eyes cold and vibrating with a terrifying, predatory joy. "You think you're smart, don't you?" 50's voice was a low growl that somehow carried over the sound of the city's sirens. "You think those offshore wire transfers to the witnesses were untraceable? You think I don't see you?" The lawyers tried to push past, their faces turning a shade of pale that no amount of expensive tanning could hide. They called for court security, but 50 Cent held up the tablet like a shield. He pressed play, and in that moment, the first major twist of the afternoon hit the industry like a nuclear bomb. For months, Diddy's defenses claimed that their lawyers were merely advocates, doing their ethical duty to defend a client. But the audio captured by 50's device and leaked simultaneously to a secret server told a different story. The video 50 Cent was forcing them to watch wasn't of Diddy. It was a high-definition surveillance clip of the lawyers themselves. The footage showed them meeting with a key prosecution witness in a dark, basement parking garage in Queens, just 3 nights prior. In the video, a physical briefcase was exchanged. The Eraser wasn't just defending Diddy. The footage allegedly showed him actively bribing the state's star witness to change her testimony. "Is this you, counselor?" 50 taunted, his laugh sounding like broken glass. "Is this you handing over the settlement? Because I've got the 4K version with the audio of you telling her exactly what to say on the stand. And guess what? I've already sent the metadata to the Department of Justice." The lead lawyer didn't just stop talking. He looked as if the ground had opened up beneath him. The junior associates huddled together, their eyes darting around like trapped animals. This wasn't a rapper trolling on Instagram anymore. This was a man presenting a death warrant for their entire careers. The crowd of onlookers and journalists was stunned into a temporary silence before erupting into a frenzy of camera flashes. Social media was exploding in real time. A leaked post from a bystander who was standing mere feet away read, "I'm literally watching history. 50 Cent just trapped Diddy's lawyers in broad daylight. He's showing them footage of their own crimes. One of the lawyers looks like he's having a panic attack. The G-Unit era just took over the judicial system." 50 Cent wasn't done. He leaned into the lead lawyer's ear, whispering something so intense that the lawyer physically recoiled. "I didn't just record the garage meeting," 50 said, loud enough for a nearby smartphone to catch. "I recorded the conversation inside your office. I know what's in the blue folder. And by the time you get back to your hotel, the feds will be waiting for it." The mention of the blue folder acted like a physical blow. The lawyers didn't wait for their security to open the doors. They literally broke into a sprint, abandoning their professional dignity, and piled into their SUV, screaming at the driver to go. 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 50 Cent stood in the middle of the street, arms spread wide like a victorious gladiator, as the crowd began to roar his name in a deafening chant. He looked directly into a journalist's camera and winked. But here is where the twist gets even darker, and this is the part that has the legal world paralyzed tonight. As 50 Cent watched the black SUV disappear into traffic, he turned to his own camera crew and whispered, "That garage video? That was just the bait. They reacted exactly how I wanted them to. Now they've proven they have something to hide." Wait, was it a bluff? Did 50 Cent just use a staged or simulated video to provoke a confession of guilt from the world's most expensive lawyers? Or is the master drive real, and the garage footage was just the tip of the iceberg? If 50 Cent was bluffing, he just executed the greatest psychological play in history. But if he wasn't, then Diddy's legal team just became the biggest target in the US justice system. The internet is in a state of total paralysis. The blue folder has become the most searched term on the planet, and as the lawyers fled, a new notification hit every phone in New York. A live stream from an anonymous account showed a bird's-eye view of the confrontation, and in the background, you can see someone from Diddy's inner circle, someone we all recognize, nodding in silent approval at 50 Cent. Is there a mole? Is the betrayal coming from inside Diddy's own war room? The cliffhanger is real, because while 50 Cent was winning the battle on the street, the blue folder was already being uploaded to the cloud, and the names inside are about to change everything. Within 30 minutes of the courthouse ambush, the phrase 50 Cent versus the Sharks was the #1 trending topic globally, surpassing even the official news of the trial. But while the general public was focused on the shouting match, digital forensic experts and internet detectives began analyzing the leaked footage frame by frame. And at the 4-minute and 12-second mark, they discovered a second, even more terrifying reveal that has sent the entire music industry into a state of cardiac arrest. The second twist. Look closely at the background of the video as 50 Cent pins the lead attorney against the SUV. A nondescript black sedan is idling across the street. In a split second, a person in a heavy hoodie steps out and hands a physical blue folder to 50 Cent's head of security before vanishing into the crowd. Through high-resolution AI enhancement, social media users have identified that person. It isn't a fan. It isn't a journalist. It is reportedly Diddy's own longtime personal assistant, the one person who has been by his side through every freak-off, every private jet flight, and every secret meeting for the last decade. The betrayal is total. It wasn't just 50 Cent finding evidence through luck. It was Diddy's own inner circle hand-delivering the kill shot. The blue folder, as it's now being called, contains what insiders are describing as the insurance policy, a meticulously documented list of every celebrity, politician, and high-level executive who attended Diddy's private events, along with the specific favors the legal team allegedly performed to keep them silent. This isn't just a folder. It's a manual on how to dismantle the Hollywood elite. The backlash was instantaneous. By 4 p.m., Twitter, X, was flooded with leaked screenshots of what appeared to be the folder's table of contents. While the authenticity of these screenshots remains unverified by the feds, the names listed are enough to end the careers of half of the A-list stars in the world. One viral thread from a prominent industry whistleblower stated, "The confrontation at the courthouse was a masterclass in distraction. 50 Cent wanted the lawyers to panic, so they would make a visible mistake on camera." While they were running from the bait video, 50's digital team was already uploading the contents of the blue folder to a decentralized secure server. This isn't a trial anymore. It's an extinction event. Celebrity responses began pouring in, and the tone wasn't just defensive, it was pure, unadulterated panic. We've seen leaked audio recordings of a famous R&B singer allegedly crying on an encrypted call, saying, "If my name is in that folder, I'm done. I was just there for the music. I didn't see what they're saying happened." The industry backlash is unprecedented. Major record labels are reportedly holding emergency scrubbing sessions, where PR teams are frantically deleting old photos and distancing their artists from any association with the bad boy legacy. Rumors are swirling that 3 top-tier law firms have dropped their celebrity clients in the last few hours, terrified that they might be featured in 50 Cent's next documentary strike. But then, the most shocking reveal of the night hit the internet like a tidal wave. 50 Cent went live on Instagram for exactly 60 seconds.
He didn't speak.
He didn't mock. He just sat in a dimly lit room, the smoke from a heavy cigar swirling around his face. Sitting on the desk in front of him was the physical blue folder. In the background, you could hear a muffled, frantic voice, a voice that sounded remarkably like Diddy's lead attorney, begging for a private meeting to settle the matter. The live stream hit 1.2 million viewers in under a minute. When 50 finally leaned into the mic, his voice was deathly quiet. "The lawyers are talking now," he said, his smile never reaching his eyes. "And they aren't talking about Diddy.
They're talking about you."
He didn't specify who you was, but the message was received loud and clear by the moguls, the influencers, and the power brokers who thought they were safe behind their legal walls. The cliffhanger here is bone-chilling. 50 Cent has effectively turned the defense team against the very industry they were paid to shield. The hunters have become the prey, and the blue folder is the weapon of mass destruction that's already been triggered. New questions are now paralyzing the industry. If the lawyers are flipping to save their own skins, who is left to protect Diddy? And more importantly, what is in that folder that is so incriminating that a $1,000 an hour lawyer would risk disbarment just to beg for 50 Cent's mercy on a public live stream? The digital world is holding its breath for the full upload. The timer is ticking, and as the clock moves toward midnight, the names are starting to leak. The first name on the list? It's a name no one expected, a name that connects the music industry to the highest levels of global tech. The cliffhanger is simple. If 50 Cent drops that specific name tonight, the internet, as we know it, might actually break. The digital world has officially fractured into 2 warring factions, and the fallout is nothing short of a cultural civil war. On one side, the hashtag G-Unit soldiers are hailing 50 Cent as a modern-day folk hero, the only man with a street code and the corporate muscle to dismantle an empire of secrets. On the other, a panicked coalition of industry loyalists and high-level executives are accusing 50 Cent of digital terrorism and witness hijacking. The divide isn't just on social media, it's ripping through the very heart of Hollywood. Fan debates are reaching a fever pitch in every corner of the internet. 50 Cent is doing what the FBI and the DOJ were too scared to do. One top YouTube comment reads, garnering over 100,000 likes in 3 hours. He's not just a rapper. He's the auditor of the industry. He's using their own greed and their own lawyers to destroy them. But the anti-50 camp is just as aggressive, with one prominent cultural critic tweeting, "This is a dangerous precedent. If one man can ambush a legal team and leak blue folders to control a federal trial, the entire justice system is a joke." 50 isn't looking for truth, he's looking for a body count. The industry reaction, however, is where the real panic lies. Since the blue folder contents began to trickle out, a massive scrubbing event has taken over Instagram and Twitter. A-list celebrities who were once proud to be seen at Diddy's white parties or in his private VIP sections are frantically deleting years of photographic history. We are talking about a total digital erasure. Insiders report that major talent agencies have issued code red memos to their clients, strictly forbidding them from mentioning Diddy or 50 Cent. We've even seen leaked DMs from a Grammy-winning artist to their publicist that simply said, "Delete everything from 2015 to 2022.
Now."
If 50 has those flight manifests, I'm finished. News reports from CNN, Fox News, and TMZ are struggling to keep pace with the sheer volume of fake versus real leaks circulating. Legal analysts are appearing on screen with looks of sheer bewilderment. "We are in uncharted territory," said one former federal prosecutor during a live broadcast. "We've never seen a private citizen, especially one with a known personal vendetta, exert this much psychological and evidentiary control over a high-profile criminal case." 50 Cent has effectively bypassed the courtroom and taken the trial to the streets. The division has even hit the physical streets of Manhattan. Spontaneous rallies have formed outside the courthouse, with fans carrying neon signs that read, "Release the Master Drive" and 50 for Attorney General. Meanwhile, security at Diddy's Star Island and Holmby Hills estates has been tripled. Witnesses have reported seeing burn bags and industrial shredders being moved into Diddy's corporate offices under the cover of darkness. The fear isn't just about the trial anymore. It's about the 50 Cent effect, the reality that once you are in his crosshairs, there is no PR firm on earth that can save you. But the most chilling reaction came from within the rap community itself. A legendary mogul, someone who has remained neutral for 30 years, posted a black square on his story with the caption, "The house is burning. Don't get caught in the smoke." This cryptic warning has fueled the fire even more. It's no longer just about T.I., Tiny, or Diddy. It's about a decades-long system of favors and cover-ups that 50 Cent is systematically exposing. The division between those who want the truth and those who want to survive has never been more clear. As the night progresses, the leaks are becoming terrifyingly specific. We're starting to see names of high-ranking media executives, people who control what you see and hear on TV, allegedly appearing in the blue folder logs. The statement 50 Cent made earlier, about arresting the narrative, is proving to be his most prophetic line yet. He has successfully created an environment where everyone is a suspect and every lawyer is a potential mole. And just when you think the industry couldn't get more divided, a new statement from an anonymous collective of ex-Bad Boy employees has just hit the web, and they're claiming that the blue folder is only Volume 1. The statement ends with a terrifying promise. The true architect of the machine isn't Diddy, and 50 Cent knows exactly who it is. You thought the personal assistant was the only mole? You thought the lawyers flipping in the street was the climax of this war? You haven't seen anything yet. As the clock ticks toward the global release of the blue folder metadata, 50 Cent has just dropped a final, cryptic video on his G-Unit film and television portal that has effectively stopped the heart of the entertainment industry. The footage isn't from the street. It isn't from the courthouse. It's a high-definition, multi-angle feed from a hidden camera located inside Diddy's private legal war room, the most secure room in the country. In the video, you see the lead attorney, the man 50 Cent supposedly ambushed earlier today, sitting at a desk, looking directly into the hidden camera lens and winking. The final twist, the theory now paralyzing the internet, is that the lead attorney was never being bullied by 50 Cent. He was working for him the whole time. Every legal strategy, every secret confession Diddy made in private, and every blue folder file was being fed directly to 50 Cent's documentary team in real time. The confrontation outside? It was a staged performance, a public exit strategy to give the lawyer a reason to vanish before the feds move in. Checkmate, 50 Cent says in the video's voiceover, his tone bone-chillingly calm. The defense was the prosecution, all along. Diddy didn't hire a lawyer. He hired a ghost. This revelation is earth-shattering. If the man Diddy trusted with his life was actually a double agent for 50 Cent, then the trial is already over. Every confidential move Diddy made has been recorded, cataloged, and converted into 4K content for the world to see. But 50 wasn't done with just one betrayal. He knows the lawyer mole is only the second biggest secret. As the video fades to black, a red notification light starts flashing on a screen behind 50. A new file is being decrypted. The file name on the screen reads, "The Gates of Hollywood, MOV." 50 Cent turns to the camera, a terrifyingly calm smile on his face, and says, "You think Diddy was the boss? He was just the distraction. He was the one we let you see, so you wouldn't look at the person holding the leash. Tomorrow, I show you the name that is going to make the Diddy trial look like a parking ticket. Tomorrow, I show you who really owns the keys to the kingdom." The screen cuts to a countdown timer, 12 hours. 0 minutes. 0 seconds. The cliffhanger is absolute. Who is the boss? Who could be bigger than Diddy, T.I., and the entire legal elite combined? The internet is in a state of pure hysteria. Speculation is naming everyone from tech billionaires to former world leaders. 50 Cent has hinted that this final name is someone who has never been touched by a scandal until now. He's promising a revelation so massive it will require its own server just to handle the traffic. The War Room tapes are about to go live, and if 50 Cent is telling the truth, the person behind the gates of Hollywood is someone we see on our screens every single day. The question isn't whether the truth will come out, it's whether the industry will still exist once it does. I am literally shaking just reading these updates. 50 Cent has officially broken the matrix, and we are just getting started. But I need to know from you, what is your theory? Do you believe Diddy's lawyer was really working with 50 Cent the whole time? And that final name, the boss behind the gates, who do you think it is? Drop your best guesses in the comments right now. Smash that subscribe button and hit the bell. If you aren't notified when the Gates of Hollywood file drops, you'll be the last to know. The war is here. See you in the next update.